Do you want to include the manager or the leader as part of the name? Right. Sometimes it makes sense because it is easy for you to search for the organization, right? Let's say, if I ask you, okay, find John's department, find the department that John is managing. So if you include the manager as part of the name, it becomes easier for you to find it. So some enterprises prefer to have the manager's name as part of the name of the department that they manage. It makes it easy for them to navigate, right? You may include the manager or the leader as part of the name as well. Now the subtype, okay. So the subtype is typically used in the reporting purposes, just to distinguish one supervisory organization from another. So there are some provided subtypes like club, business unit, company department, and so on. So let's use it as a department. Somebody created some other ones as well. Yeah, we will just ignore that. We will use department as our subtype. Then comes visibility. Now who all are authorized to view this particular organization? Now let's look at the options. You see, whenever there is this dot and dash, dot, dash, dot, three dot dashes, you see that for some of the fields you have this three dot dashes next to it. That means that there are some available options. That means that it is a drop-down. If a field does not have any drop-down, that means it is a text field. So, like, for the name is a text field. The code is a text field. But the subtype, visibility, external URL, primary location, these are drop-downs. That means you have to choose from some existing values. So visibility. Let me click on the field and it will give me a list of drop-downs. Sorry, visibility. So we have 4 options for visibility. Number 1 is everyone. If I click on everyone, that means that all the users of this particular tenant will be able to view this organization. Right now, is it something that you want? If yes, then of course use everyone. When you have nothing to hide, let's say that people say my life is an open book. I have nothing to hide. If that is the case, if you do not have to hide this organization, of course, make it visible to everyone. But sometimes what happens? Organizations or enterprises, they do not want to disclose about this organization before a certain date. Maybe because it is confidential, maybe because they don't want to make it public. Okay. So they want only to let everybody know on a certain date and time. Right. So before that, while they are creating it, they might want to use a more restrictive approach. So like role assignees. Role assignees means anybody who has been assigned a role in this organization. Only they would be able to view it. Okay. So let's say, only the manager of this organization is going to be able to see it. Only the HR partner, compensation partner, benefits partner. These are some of the roles that we will work with. So if that is the role you have assigned to someone, only they will be able to view this supervisory organization. No one else. And then you have another option which says role assignees and members. Right. So, of course, role assignees, like your compensation partner, manager, benefits partner, etc., they will be able to view. And people who are members of this organization. Only these 2 sets of people will be able to view this particular organization. No one else. And then you also have another option which has been recently introduced, that is, a role assignees of current and superiors. So the supervisory organization will form a superior-subordinate hierarchy structure. Right. So if you use the last option, role assignees of current and superiors, if there is a superior organization to this and if people have been assigned some roles there, they would also be able to view this particular organization. Right. So this is only needed if I mean these options, other options than everyone. They are only needed if you have to restrict the viewership of this particular organization. Okay, so, based on whichever option you want, you can choose. We will use everyone. So now, we will go to like if this organization has their own URL, right? If they have their web page or something, you can put it in the external URL. Like, maybe it has a website in your company website. Right. As part of that, it has its own page. So you can create that external URL. Okay. And you can give it a name. And you can give the actual URL. Like, let's say, xiscom/landing/top.html. Right. Whichever is the name. So this is the organization landing page. Okay. So let's call it as www. Sorry, www_. And here we have to specify HTTPS, something like that. Right. So this is how we do it. Whatever is the website, you can put it like this and click OK. Alright. So you see Word landing page. So you have configured your external URL. Now, what is the primary location of this particular organization? So if you are creating the first organization, if you are creating the top level organization, then your primary location would be what? The company headquarters typically. Right. Because that is the first location that has to be created. Your company headquarters. So here I will use an existing one, that is Chicago. I will enter Chicago and I will search for it and I will. There's so many Chicagos people have created. I will use this particular Chicago. That is going to be my primary location.